Welcome to the Boardcast.
Which announcer is that?
What?
Is that your announcer voice?
I don't know. I just want to do that sound
Oh, the sound effect thing.
effect.
Hold on, I might have it still on me. Give me a
Wait,
second.
what was that? Let's go. Oh, let's go. No. You hit it a couple times before you do
Oh,
it.
the air horn?
No, like hit it a few times, like fast.
What? I did.
Yeah, like that. Like that. Nah.
Yeah.
Any listener just starting with this is like, what? And
What is going on? It's a Skrillex song from 2010.
It's also not a horn, is it? Isn't it?
Air horn.
Air horn.
Yeah.
Is
And then
it?
you do that like.
It just turns into a beatboxing class.
You know, in another world, maybe I could have been a DJ.
DJ K.
I have enough of that, like,
The DJ is like the ultimate way for a nerdy guy to get girls.
you reckon?
Because I'm super popular, right?
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah,
DJ
but why are they popular? All they do is sit on a stage and play music.
Well, now they're like rich and famous, right? And if
Are
you go to
they?
like a nightclub or something, they're the ones in like charge, and they get
Hey,
access
you know
to the back
Rebecca
rooms and
Black?
things.
Yes.
The
Friday girl?
The Friday girl?
Friday.
That's exactly
ooh.
the one.
Yeah.
And like everyone in the world was like shitting on her for her music. She's a pretty successful DJ now.
Yeah.
She goes
Really?
around,
quite
she goes
well.
around
Yeah.
touring and everything.
Damn.
She turned her life around, dude.
Yeah.
Well, she's not.
I don't know if she'd classify that her life went down, but she did get internet bullied. But she was also
Fair.
at that very right time of the internet bullying where it was become uncool to bully people on the internet. So it was like
Sure.
it was like that swap around wave. Yeah.
Maybe it's the whole any sort of fame, you know, it's good fame.
Well, she got a lot of sympathy because people, which like there's a lot of people bullying her, but also a lot of people like giving sympathy for that.
You reckon Justin Bieber turned out all right? He got bullied pretty hard by the internet.
Yeah.
And then
He
PDD.
did fine. He did fine. Right. He's still a millionaire.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see a compilation today for just completely randomly that of him crying from not winning Grammys. Off the back of the
Well,
Grammys.
I thought Grammy is like rigged. You need to like buy your vote.
I just
right?
feel
think
like
that's
the
correct,
Grammy is, whichever production company can kind of sponsor their artist.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's that show that.
What
are you doing?
You're doing a hand movement.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
mean
William
anything.
stood up away from the microphone
The
and
tribute.
did a
Oh my
dance.
God.
He spun around in circles.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Nobody
tri-
knows what he's really doing.
What's about a tribute?
Why are you dancing like that?
What was the
William?
tribute?
William,
thing?
why is your pants down?
Dude, what's the tribute? Like the movie? Like
What are you talking about?
oh my god!
He's done some sort of weird waving thing and he expects us to know what he's talking about.
This
This is a classic William
Katniss
moment.
Aberdeen. What movie is that?
Princess Aberdeen.
Katniss.
Katniss?
Oh,
The Hunger Games.
Yes.
What?
The tribute. The same.
I
like
watched
a
I
this
don't
Grammy.
really know what you're talking. I know what you.
No,
you're
I know what he
referring
talks
to.
about, but he still doesn't make sense.
The Grammys. It's like Hunger Games.
This is a William moment. You're just making a connection out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, I know what the Hunger Games are, but how are they like the Hunger Games? How is the Grammys like the Hunger Games?
because you need like your sponsors. You need to get sponsors to get weapons and stuff.
What?
Is
To
that
win.
what happens in the Hunger Games? I'll be
Is
honest.
that what
with you.
happens at the Grammys?
Yeah, like in terms of
Wait,
like.
how good would the Grammys be if it was just a big version of Gladiator?
Or I'm down.
No,
Kendrick
hold on,
and
hold
Drake
on.
start stabbing each other.
So the more like funding you have, then the more like votes you can buy.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So similar to Hunger Games, where the more funding you have, the more like drop package you can get.
More
Care
more
package.
care
I get
packages.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Sure,
At the end of the
Right?
Grammys, they all stand in a circle and they fight each other. I get it.
You guys watch the Grammys? The Kendrick Lamar won a rap album of the year.
I'll be honest with you.
I didn't watch shit.
I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. But the good moment is he walked up and it was playing this. He won it for the Drake diss. And
Yeah.
the whole audience kind of like joined in.
Yeah.
Now Drake's all like, oh,
No, he's not.
yeah.
Drake's in Perth right now.
Yeah,
he's
his
in Perth
tickets
right
not
now.
sold out.
Do you know
His
Tickets are not sold out.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? You know,
guess.
on the night
In
that
10 years' time, this will blow over.
Yeah.
Unless he actually gets PDD.
on the night, that they were saying he's like, he's all upset because he's not at the Grammys. He was in Perth at Crown Casino, and he got 24 of the Miss Universe Australia girls all in a room together, and he was serenading them, like playing music to them. I don't think he cared that he wasn't at the Grammys. He's got 24 of the Miss Universe Australia contestants in one room. I think he might be fine. And it's like that whole hot media of like, he's so upset he didn't come. I was like, I think he might be fine.
Yeah, but
And
you have to realize that for these artists, where they have that level of ego, their egos hurt a little bit here.
I think
Because status and public fame, they're like a god, right? Where they need worshippers. But if their worshippers
Hey, I
aren't
thought-
I think that's what you
Wait,
think they think.
hold on.
I think he was just a millionaire.
we're
who's doing his
we're
thing.
regular people that see it as
Doesn't
grass
Drake-
is green on the side. But when you reach a certain status, where like you just want people to worship
Wait,
you.
hold on. Doesn't Drake like trading cards?
What?
He opened cards, right? Like basketball
No,
cards
he
and stuff.
gambles.
I
Drake
know, but he
gambles.
opens a lot of basketball
Yeah,
cards
for
too.
stats.
That's not that surprising because it's like in the zeitgeist, I guess.
Yeah.
Sporting cards in America are much more regular people.
It's also
things.
just gambling because there's no playing. You're just opening cards to hope to get
yeah, that's true.
money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Snap.
Interesting.
Welcome back, William.
Yes, I am back.
This is like a classic broadcast. Like if we go back to early days, I've had 3 hours sleep for 4 days in a row.
Hold on. When do you not have 3 hours of sleep?
The last few months I've actually been on a good track.
Yeah?
Yeah, really fucked it this week.
What happened?
I've literally slept only 3 to 4 hours every day since Monday.
Remember a couple episodes back, not a couple episodes back, like episode 30-ish, you had that one episode where you were just hard on ADHD.
Yeah.
I had people coming in being like, is that what Danny's like when without 3 hours of sleep?
Sorry. No.
Yeah.
What,
I've been quite rested actually. It's been nice.
what happened? Why did 3 hours sleep?
I had to go to Yelling Up, which is for like in a car like 3.5 hours away, but 4 hours away in the truck, 4.5 hours away. So I had to do that. I had to start up at 3 and then be in Yelling Up for like 7, 8 o'clock, crane down there, then drive back to Perth and then do jobs. And then every night, like last night I work here till 10 o'clock and go home. Tuesday we did family dinner, then gym. So I was like, I'm going to bed at about 10-ish, between 10 and 12, and then getting up at 3. So it's very minimal on the sleep pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow though, I don't have to be in the city till 9. So
Oh.
means I can get up at 7 and then go to 8. But I am going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and watch football.
No, that's
a bad choice. I admit
You
that.
can just watch the replay.
William, that doesn't make sense.
You're watching Spurs, right?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna make a difference. Ain't no make a difference.
He's telling the truth.
I would like to argue with him about that. That is most likely very true.
Yeah. Just give it up.
You know what?
Same thing with like a Manchester United.
Do you end up being more upset that you woke up and they lose?
No, I'm really into it. But I'm not into it enough that I let it affect my day.
Okay.
I'm like big fan, but surface level fan. Like if they lose, I'm like, that's fine. But
Yeah.
they have been on a hot streak at the moment. A hot streak, I mean, they won 1 game. So but for Spurs, that's a hot streak, all right? They do have a whole slew of new signings, which I'm actually very excited to. I probably, at the scheme of things, the fact that I've literally only slept 3 to 4 hours every night for 4 or 5 days, I would miss this one. But it's against Liverpool, which is the top team, and they've got a line of like brand new list, like players from the transfer window, as well as they've pulled in some of their players from the under 21s team, and they've been doing fantastic. So it's like their play
New faces, new potential.
yeah, whole play style switch. So I kind of want to be there. If this is like the pivotal turning
If
point,
they win, it's a great moment.
if they win, they're like Liverpool's way above on the ladder. Like they're like
It'll cause an upset.
yeah, it'll be it probably won't happen. But even if they do vaguely well, it'll be like a huge turning point.
That was me 2 weeks ago in watching the NFL, the Detroit Lions.
Well, you're watching NFL, bro.
It's a long story. Anyway, I'm watching it. My team is Detroit Lions. They're kind of the joke team, and they haven't won a divisional game in decades. And they're finally there, divisional game. I'm watching it live on TV. I'm so keen for them, and they lose.
Don't you know, William? We actually all picked sports from other countries that we're all going to have to follow. But you weren't here, so we just picked yours for you. So you're following darts now.
Yeah.
You're a darts guy.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Ah, fuck. Okay, you have to watch
Curling.
women's volleyball.
Now, what?
That's not too bad too.
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's amazing.
That's I know.
Can I
Like,
swap with William?
like I understand.
Oh, wait, there's
like,
on Netflix. There's a show about American cheerleaders, and I watched the first half of the first episode.
But on mute.
And I started watching it, and I was like, I realized I'm not joking anyone why I'm watching this. What, William?
nah, nothing. I was talking about darts. I was talking about darts.
Darts is honestly not entertaining.
Why?
Come on.
They need to hit that small
Okay.
pocket.
The only part of darts that are entertaining
The triple
is the
points.
people. Is like you get these
Yeah,
like
they get real characters, right?
yeah, they get these like.
But you know
British
why they
pub
have to have
guys.
real characters? Because the sport's boring.
It's like triple 20, triple 20.
Oh yes, that made
Wow.
it sound way more exciting.
And then the guy was like, 180.
I think he actually watches it.
I think you were.
I do.
Oh, what the fuck?
I was trying to bully you.
No, like you need to hit that top corner.
It's backfired. He's enjoying this.
Yeah, I know,
We're talking
ridiculous.
about darts unironically.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on
Hey,
topic.
it's like the broadcast. That thing's called a board, right? A dart board? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The dart broadcast.
Our logo is circular. We can put it on the bullseye.
Ooh, true. We'll change the goblin's little eye to a bullseye.
Hey, let me just tell you guys one thing.
Yeah.
We promise our Patreon members almost 1 year ago.
Shut the fuck up, man.
1 year ago. Some t-shirts.
Why are you bringing this up, man? Why are you trying to dox me? What's going on?
Danny's gonna go to printbar.com.au and get some shirts printed.
We did successfully print shirts for the One Piece crew, like the Northern Boards one.
Yeah, I saw
And
it.
they were actually pretty good.
And they went to
They're
Melbourne
good.
to compete for the Nationals.
Yeah. And they beat Williams' team
Yeah.
at Nationals.
They actually
Really?
won.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, our
Yeah.
team won.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Will. We got all the prizes.
No.
I'm super proud of our boys.
Yeah.
I didn't
Everyone
see
did
that in
great.
top 32.
They looked great in the
Whoa,
shirts.
whoa, man.
We had like
They
7
were
on
at
top
least-
32.
They were definitely in the top
Wait, hold on.
1,000.
How many we have in top 32? Let me just check.
All right, so the reality is, William was not on last episode because he was at the
Last
Melbourne
2 episodes.
One Piece National Finals. the
1, 2,
championships.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people out of 32 people.
Yeah.
Top 32.
Team
pretty good.
Eternal, William's team,
Yeah.
did pretty well.
How many people are in your team?
I got 19, I think.
19.
Yeah.
That's around all the states.
And
Yeah.
how many players was there? 1,000 and something, right?
Yeah, 1,000. Actually, 940.
940.
Yeah, a lot of people drop
that's not
out.
1,000.
Yeah.
Man,
Almost.
that's a lot of people sitting down to play One Piece, though.
Yeah, it fits. We have lots of
How
space.
many rounds?
10. 10 rounds.
So it was the National One Piece Championships, and it was in Marvel Stadium in
Correct.
Melbourne. They booked out a stadium for it. Fit almost
Ah,
1,000
you use
people.
the like the
The
rooms.
foyer?
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
rooms. Yeah, they have like
gotcha.
rooms and stuff.
In my head, they were on the field.
That would be pretty sick, though.
No,
it
I think
would
like during like a stadium, right? You can't just depend on like the sports.
Yeah,
to
Marvel
make-
actually has a lot of like additional
Same thing
stuff.
with Optus. Optus, you have like all the rooms that you can rent,
I
like
see.
for events and stuff.
There's
Yeah.
ballrooms and
Yeah.
the same as like the Crown has all the bits off to the side.
Correct.
Like, the
These are
stadiums
like your
always have the
side
same thing.
income. You need all these to
multi-venue
actually
business.
Yeah.
Like jokes aside, like the Spurs thing we were talking about before is like they're one of the most make the most money of any club in the world. What like is them and like Manchester United, but most of that money comes from like the thing like having festivals and music concerts and like things in the ballrooms and lots of other stuff like that.
You got to make money off other stuff, and not the field will be empty off season and stuff.
So
What
how
are
was
you
the
using?
experience with that many players? Was it run smoothly?
It was run pretty good.
And how many days was it?
What do you mean? How many? 2 days.
Just 2 days.
Yeah,
How many-
3 days. 3 days. Sorry,
3 days. Total
Monday as well.
of
yeah.
how many rounds?
So no. First day is 10 rounds. Then top cut 32 on day 2.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's a long day.
So no. That's day 2.
They're quite quick rounds though, really. Even 10 games.
So top 32, you finish around 3 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Start
start
at
at
like
9,
9?
and then
Yeah.
you finish at 3 or 4 p.m. Yeah. Yeah.
And your team, how did it go?
So we got top 32, 7 people. We got one at 4th place, and we won the event.
So you guys had to play.
So
a
one of your
win-win.
teams got number 1 for the
Yeah,
day.
champion. He's going to Worlds.
Who? What's his name?
Jasper.
Nice.
His name is Jasper.
Which state does he come from?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
So
Local.
last year he got 4th place.
And what does the
This
pricing
year-
support for first place look like?
So you get like the prize card. So this year you get the Yamato leader. And also not a leader, character. So you got a Yamato winner, runner, 2nd place and 3rd place. So he gets the winner ones.
and how much are we looking for that?
It's not, no one's sold it yet. So there's no prize.
Because most of these competitive players, they don't keep the cards. They don't
Nah,
keep the
sell
win
it.
cards.
Yeah, it's more like a business that
So
point,
you,
right?
you sell the uncard sheet, all your packs and stuff. You probably get around for like the uncard sheet. You get around 10, 20K, and then plus the
Just
winner,
10,000 or
and then
$20,000.
another 20, 30,000 for the winner cards.
Oh, it's cool, man. It's actually very cool that you guys managed to pull off the first spot. So is there like a bunch of like photos and promo stuff where you can see all the Eternal shirts and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got play mat up, everything,
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes.
got a
very nice.
trophy and everything. So I'm flying to Japan too.
Is it?
Oh, you are?
profitable?
Yeah, I'm flying to Japan.
That's for the finals?
Yeah, for the Wolves.
World finals.
When does
Wow.
that happen?
March.
Oh, soon.
Yeah, March.
shit.
Yeah, so I'm flying in March to Japan.
With the price support looking like this, is it profitable enough to be a full-time job?
Nah, I
for
don't think
players?
so. It's too risky.
I see. So most of these people still have real jobs?
I'm not sure. I think they're students still.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay,
depends on
wow.
what they're doing
Yeah.
outside of the games, right?
Damn,
Pretty
my
much.
God.
Do you have any of the guys that are shopping around in other card games as well? Or they
Well, they play Locana as well.
yeah?
They went top.
Yeah,
I think
'cause-
that my team went. A couple of them went top 64.
Was
and
it
top
in the
32 and
same
top
area?
16, yeah.
Because the Locana
Yeah, it
Nationals
is.
was also played that
in
day.
the Marvel Stadium, and also they play Dragon Ball. So one of my players also going to
Damn,
Worlds.
they're drifting across.
So
all
they won Dragon Ball Fusion Worlds as well. Not Worlds, the Nationals as well.
Man, imagine being like the best at something, but also the best at something else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's like
Imagine being the best
impressive.
at darts.
Charlie, one of my players, Charlie. So he won the Dragon Balls Nationals.
Huh.
Yeah, crazy.
So he's going to Worlds, which is in US.
People still play Dragon Ball?
Yeah, Fusion World. Yeah, they still play. So we didn't manage to get Locana because Locana would be great because top 2 or top 4, I can't remember. You get the serialized Mickey,
Yeah.
which is
yeah.
like 10 to 15 grand US.
Yeah.
And an invite to Worlds, which is happening at Disneyland.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
That's
That's fun.
crazy.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I think it's like the same as like obviously like One Piece has One Piece fans who want to like buy cards just to be collectibles, but nothing will compete to that Disney like that.
That's right.
You know, like there'd be a slew of collectors who don't give care at all about the card game, but will buy that Mickey because it's such a collectible piece of art.
We got to give a lot of praise to how the One Piece event was run because everything went smoothly on time. And you have not as large of a player count, but the Locano event, a lot of people complained about it running over time, not having proper judges.
Because I would
and
say
it was scheduled poorly.
Locana, the issue with Locana is it's very similar to Magic. You really have to have the kind of structure that Magic has before you run a big event.
What do you reckon that is?
Like judges.
Oh, yeah. There's no official judge program for Locana. So they had just essentially people running around that were like experienced enough in the game to make judge calls. But there's no strict judge regimen where you have like level 1 judges, level 2, and then a head judge. So you have people can refer to and make calls.
I think that's important because like when you have like a referee or a judge effectively, right? You really want if you're in a disagreement with the player you're playing against, you need someone who's properly official to come over and then make that call. Even if it goes against you, you're like, well, the judge said it, right? But if someone comes over and they're just like a volunteer or something and they go and they say you're wrong, you're like, well, I don't really agree with that. You know what I mean? It's like kind of different.
There
having
was
that
a
authority.
few controversies with poor judge calling.
I feel
really?
I feel like because it's a best of 2 as well. It's a BO2.
Yeah.
And you know, like in Magic, you have a lot of ID, right?
What does best of 2 mean though?
It's
You
so
can just draw?
Locana, yeah, you can draw a lot. Locana doesn't run like a best of 3 where there's a definitive winner.
Is it just a time thing?
No, maybe, yeah. You shorten down the time, correct. So the way Locana works is that you and opponent, no matter what, you play 2 games. And if a player wins both games, they get bonus score for winning both games. But if it's just a you win and I win, we draw. And that's it for the round.
It's weird, right?
Draws happen a lot.
Is it weird because I'm used to Magic, or is it weird because it's weird? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. There's apparently the algorithm wise, it works out in the end, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
true.
when they win like 5 to 6 rounds, and then the last few rounds is just ID the whole thing.
I didn't.
ID means international draw.
Oh, okay.
So,
why
if you
bother? Just-
ID, so like you just
yeah,
block
both
everybody.
players come together and say,
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess if you're enough points ahead, then it
Correct.
doesn't
So
matter
you
now.
just pretty much block everyone who is supposed to be up. You just block everyone.
I guess as like an event organizer, you're like, well, this is amazing because this is going very fast.
yeah,
like,
but
it's-
also
you
you
basically
can
can't prevent
manipulate
it.
your top 64 placing though.
Yeah.
So once you reach like a certain point in the game, like if you are on round 5 and you haven't lost a game, you're guaranteed in if you just ID'd everything. So you don't have
there's
to
no
play.
draws in One Piece, right? 'Cause
No,
it's
no,
best of
no.
one.
Best of 1, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Magic
how.
still has draws because it's best of 3.
Yeah.
So
So Magic you can ID as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you always see people having discussion, especially at the top end of the cuts. We're like, well,
yeah,
we'll just
before
split
they
the
reach
difference
the
or whatever.
bubble.
I think I get from a very much in a shop point of view, I can definitely understand because a lot of our Magic events over the years have blown out of time. Like because what happens is like you go to time, and then once you go to time, you go to turns, and then it's like quite often after a top cut, we don't even put a timer on. You just let them finish the game. But it's like if they go to 3 games, that can be a very long time, like an hour and a half sometimes, depending on what's going on, right? Because once you go to turns, there's not a time limit on those turns. So if 2 people are thinking about it a lot, it's only 5 turns in your turn cycle, but that can be a long 5 turns if both people are really like taking their time to decide what they're doing, right? And it's fair, like there's prizing on the line, there's money, people like are looking for that accolade, so you really want to you don't want to lose the game because you didn't think about your turn, like, you know what I mean? You didn't give it the time that it needed. So no one wants to make the wrong decision, so it does slow it down a bit. So I don't know. I like the best of 1, but I think coming from best of 3 from a Magic standpoint of view and then going to best of 1, sometimes you just get unlucky. But is that a Magic land thing, and in One Piece there's less room for luck or unluck?
Is the luck comes down to your actual draws.
Yeah.
Like there's not resource problem, but actual like playing, like what can you play?
So you can just get a dead hand.
You can get all like pretty much like a counter hand. Counter hand means like cards you use to defend yourself. So you just get
but
a
no
full,
gas.
yeah, no gas.
What's the mulligan situation in One Piece?
So you get one free mulligan. That's it.
And that's it.
That's
and then
it.
you just got to keep
You
second
just
hand.
shuffle
Yeah.
and redraw 5.
Man,
That's
so
all.
you can really you can be an incredible player at top end and just get absolutely boned
That's
by
right.
your cards.
So it's better be lucky than be skillful.
It's why
That sounds terrible, though. To be honest with you.
it's why in a lot of card games you get a lot of accusations of you get to a certain point where the pressure's on and pros will rely on like cheating and like
yeah.
So
it happens a lot.
It happens a lot. In Magic, there was a famous case of, I can't remember his name, but he got caught cheating and he used to talk about, well, I cheated in the earlier rounds because nothing feels worse than losing to someone that's clearly worse than you in the early
but
rounds.
just getting-
So I don't make it to the finals and get the prize structure. So
There's a lot of sports where it's only cheating when you get caught. And it's like you see it in all professional sports. Like I watch obviously like the Premier League, the soccer a lot, and players will intentionally scoot their way up the side of the field when they're going to throw the ball in, try and get a meter here or there. When the referee turns around and there's a free kick, players will intentionally move the ball forward to get themselves in a slightly better position or whatever. It's very
I call that advantage.
yeah. It's kind of like it's
Advantage
part
play,
that's part of the game. But if you get caught, it's cheating. If you don't, it's just the game continues and no one ever says anything. Sometimes if things will come out and then meter later. And I feel like tabletop and like card games are the same way, where if players are getting away with it and they're not getting caught, in their mind, they're just doing that better than their opponent.
I feel like
but it's a thin line.
it's very different though. Okay, I'll give you an example. So like what you said on sports, right? You're taking advantage. So it's like it will be similar if your opponent in the card game accidentally revealed his hand, but you didn't tell him.
if your opponent say misses trigger or
Yeah,
such.
something. Yeah, those are not. I wouldn't say cheating, but it's just an advantage to you. Like you know what's in the person's hand.
I see.
Yeah.
So now you know what to do.
I guess I have less of an example with like card games, but with tabletop, people can be very liberal with when they're measuring.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's like some people will measure from this part of the base, some people measure from another part of the base. Sometimes you'll be like, you'll see a guy who'll measure out the exact distance and then just pop his model somewhere in front of that. And then, right then in that second, that half an inch, quarter inch isn't going to make a massive difference. But it definitely can by the end of the game when you're like looking at charges or being in a zone
So
or
a
something.
slight advantage. But
Yeah.
in card games, I think if you cheat, it's like very obvious. You're either stacking your deck, you're marking your cards, like you intentionally cheat.
Yeah.
Like you're really dead. Like pretty much in sports, equivalent is like taking drugs.
Yeah.
So
True,
you're just pumping yourself with like drugs to like gain advantage, like ungodly advantage against your opponent, right?
I know you're a big gambling man, Mr. Kang. Have you seen the big heist thing that's being talked about in the news at the moment?
What the?
An Australian gambler went to a major casino. I'm going to get some of these information wrong, but he went to a major casino and he went with he wanted a specific kind of card to be used at the casino. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is this recent or
Yes, I think it's recent. Yeah, and he took the Asian lady who's like a
I know this story you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's Phil Ivey.
Yeah.
It's
Phil
the story
Ivey.
with Phil Ivey. So Phil Ivey is a top of the world poker player. He's, PokerStars, one of the best of all time, right? And then he got sued by a casino because he effectively gamed the casino.
Yes.
He went, because he's a big name player and he was going to the casino. They offered him a private table and private suite. And he was like, sure, we'll play. I want to play blackjack. But specifically, I want to use this set of deck that you guys have. And
Yes.
the casino is okay with it because they own that set of deck.
Yeah,
right?
it's part of their thing.
It's part of their, their lineup of cards. But Phil Ivey was able to identify that this card had a manufacturer defect they could use for an advantage to detect what cards will come up.
Yes, but he couldn't. It was the lady that he took with him,
Right,
which is
yes.
like in Southeast Asia, she's like one of the most prolific like gambling. I don't know if scammer is the right word or but gamers essentially, right?
Yeah.
So she there's the misprint was like slight parts of the like little diamonds on the
It was
back.
the pattern.
Yeah, and what he would do is he would bring the card to him and then like move it with his hand, and they would consider it like a luck thing that he was doing it for, but it was really to indicate the card to the lady sitting next to him, and then she would like basically tell him when he should go and shouldn't go because she could count. She was like basically card counting, and she knew which ones had the symbols and which ones didn't.
And he was able to game the casino.
Well, if you're card counting, wouldn't the casino?
Well, but this lady is one of the best at it in the entire world. And
he was able to.
She was
game
kind of
the
like in a little bit of a
casino.
disguise and stuff like that. It was very like Ocean's 11 kind of situation.
But in like the most like modern day sense. And eventually he was able to scam the casino out of millions of dollars. The casino tried to sue him. He had a long legal battle, and then eventually he was able to clear himself.
Oh, he cleared himself.
I believe he cleared himself.
Is it because he's like working within the parameters of what they've provided?
Yeah,
like if
there
they
was a
provided
whole
the
contract
cards,
laid
right?
out, and they agreed to all of it.
Yeah, no.
So.
Yeah, pretty much. If
But also, you can't
it's-
feel that bad from like scamming the casino, right?
It's also if this is a set of cards that they use regularly anyway.
It wasn't regular. It was a old set of cards. They used to have circulation, but the casino agreed to use it.
Because how does something like that pass a casino where it's I assume
regulated.
Yeah, so regulated. How do they have any sets of cards that have deformities and that people could like take advantage
Hey
of?
man,
Right?
it was so minor. It was like if you look at the pictures and the descriptions of how he did it, the average Joe wouldn't be able to.
I feel like if like you're coming to me and you want to gamble with me, Kang, but you're like, well, I only want to gamble at noon on a Sunday and in this specific room.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
you have to
what
wear
the fuck?
reflective sunglasses.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like I feel like any demands he has, the casino should have looked at.
can't complain.
You know,
Can't
you mentioned
complain.
card counting, William, and card counting is such an interesting thing about casinos because nowadays casinos maximize opportunity to minimize card counting. And if a casino suspects that you're card counting, it's within their right to kick you out. Because card
It's a
counting,
private property. As
yeah,
well,
exactly.
Right?
And card counting is actually entirely within the structure of the game itself.
Yeah.
So
But don't they in a regular casino like here, like at Crown, don't they just have multiple decks so it's harder?
Well, the thing is about card counting is you keeping track of what's left in the shoe. The only way to do that is if you go to a casino that still has like manual shoes of like decks in like what do they call it again? Like a disposer, no, the distributor. So they have to draw cards from a deck that slowly shrinks. So you can keep track of what cards are in the deck. Nowadays, you can't in most casinos because most casinos have automatic shufflers. They constantly shuffle the deck, so you can't keep track of what's left in. And they're constantly putting the cards back in. But not every casino still does that. There's a lot of casinos in America that still do the old-fashioned shoe method where a card counter can go in and
what do you
try
mean
and
by
gain
shoe? It's
advantage.
just like a thing that it sits in?
It's what they hold all the cards in.
Got it.
And then if they'll have like the floor managers, the pit bosses, they'll just see if they suspect you of card counting, they kick you out. And what's crazy is because you're just playing within the confines of the game.
Yeah, true. I guess it was like a private game.
Have you watched
If you're just good enough at the game, they will kick you out.
the movie where Nicolas Cage able to
ride
see
the motorbike when his skull's on fire?
Yeah. Ghost Rider.
He's able to see the future. I think like a couple of seconds more.
No.
like 10. I think like 10 seconds. Of
If you could see 10 seconds into the future, what is your plan? Like, how do you make money out of it?
casino,
Is
bro.
it just casino? Because you bet all your money on like the next spin of the roulette wheel?
Yeah, like you just go to like blackjack table and just go all in, all in, all in.
No, you can't go too hard
No,
because
not
then the
really.
casino will kick you out and you'll get banned.
Yeah, or go roulette.
Is there another way to make money from that?
Yeah. Because you can't make money off stocks. Stock doesn't move that fast.
Yeah.
You can't.
Even like horse racing, like you have
Yeah.
to place the bet, so 10 seconds is enough time.
I don't know, not 10 seconds, maybe like 30 seconds.
Casino feels like the only way, right? Because you kind of just in and out.
I would just
You buy a lottery like right before it's just drawn.
use it to try and convince my friends that I'm Nostradamus. So like I would be like, so we're sitting here playing Magic cards, and I'll just turn to like William and be like, "Look over there, William. Connor's about to scratch his nose," and then William will look. He's got 10 seconds to look over, and then 10 seconds later, Connor will scratch his nose.
So what's the point?
And the point is, you'd be like, "How did you know that?" And I'll be like, "Just I don't know, man." And
How do you
then
make money from
then later
that?
we'll be sitting there, and I'll be like, "Look over there, William. Kang's about to pick his nose," and then we look over, and then Kang picks his nose, and then you're like, "How did you know that, William?"
But what's the point?
A couple weeks
The point is
of you
amazement.
doing this, and suddenly no one wants to be your friend anymore.
He's like, "Why does he keep talking about his noses?" I don't know why the second thing I said was also
Wait,
nose
wait.
related.
I was thinking of something just now. I want to say, I forgot about it.
Well, that's unfortunate for a podcast.
I was like,
he spent
so-
so much time announcing that he was going to say something that he forgot what he
Oh
was
wait,
saying.
I remember now. So it is about an event that we are having next week on the 15th of February.
Did you forget about Burger Manda?
No, I didn't forget.
You did.
I'm just saying that I forgot to mention it.
I'll mention.
But just saying, this is a sold out event.
Yeah, if you're looking forward to
what are we
playing Commander
promoting
with
for
us, we're
then?
sold out already. Too bad.
But we
Before
have
announced
another
it.
Burger Manda coming, which is on the
22nd.
Next day.
22nd of March.
Yeah.
So get on that because it's
Tickets
limited.
are on our website.
Limited. tickets.
So the idea is you get to.
We don't know how many tickets, but it's limited.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
You get to play Commander with us. Have a meal. Have some prizes. Have some fun with it.
William will bully you.
William will bully you, but he also will pay you back with some, cool Eternal Magic swag.
Yes, that one's on the March event.
I've actually sat down and decided to build a brand new Commander deck for it as well. Give it a bit of go.
I'm just gonna use one
how's
of
the building
Danny's
going?
deck.
I have the idea in my head.
I'm just gonna take Danny's deck.
Me too, Kane.
I'll take Danny's deck.
I'm
The
excited.
good news is that it's going to be built out of a precon, so it's going to be easy. Just
I was
going
going to
to
build a field deck because, like, obviously it's Burger Mando, so it's like food related. And then I found this the Guillaume, he's like an ugly little troll chef. I was just going to pretend that was
Guillaume
Nem.
Master Chef.
Going to pretend that was Nem for the day because he's an ugly little troll now.
Nice.
But
Nem.
haven't got around to finishing or starting building it. So
all right.
Might have to have some inspiration burn going on.
Having the motivation to sit down and play Commander is nice. Like, this is an excuse for me to be like, I have to play Commander.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well go ahead and enjoy myself.
And this is a really like a tight event too, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's definitely more communal.
Yeah.
Like the first one, because it's sold out, it was all Boardcast folks. So if you're listening and you're part of the Boardcast Patreon, you would have already known about this.
Yeah. And we're promoting an event to you that you can't buy tickets to. So
Yeah, I don't know. There's another
But
one.
you can buy the next one. You can buy
true.
the next one.
It's true, it's true, it's true.
I'm promoting the
There's
next
also
one.
an early heads up as well. If you're listening, we're going to have the Halo LAN come back as well.
Oh, yes.
Current
yeah.
concept is going to be March the 2nd. We're going to get some setup for it, some planning for it, and public sales will go up soon.
Man, I'm keen.
Yeah.
I guess while we're on the old Patreon thing, we should say a massive. We spoke about Zeph like a couple podcasts ago, but he's joined the Patreon.
Very nice.
The one,
Is
the
that
one
who-
signed
he
up
get-
on
yeah.
my platinum package.
No,
No.
it's shocking.
Damn it, it's 1 year, bro. Come on.
No one's buying that. It's crazy.
It's okay.
Anyway, but also Stefan, thank you, Stefan. Really appreciate that. I'm going to need you both to message me on the Boardcast Facebook so I can pop you into the thing.
We need
into
you
the
to
chat.
ID yourself.
Yeah. With that, well, just so that I have your social medias as well. Like I don't know how to. add you.
Unfortunately, Danny can't give you the t-shirt right now because you're not top
Look,
10.
at the point that we print the shirts, I will just give them to everybody who has it.
Okay.
We're still under 20. So 20 shirts is not a big deal, right? So I was like, I will get to it, all right? I will. We have a
1 year, Danny.
We have a whole plan. Look, there's lots of things I want to do for a year. I've been trying to open a restaurant for a year, William.
It doesn't matter. Just do one at a time.
Hey,
one
speaking
at a
about
time.
a year,
Yeah.
we're coming close to our 1 year anniversary of episodes.
1 year.
I know, that's crazy. Are we going to do some sort of massive celebratory thing for
I think we should prepare.
What?
We should do something nice.
Like
for episode 52? Is that the
burger
plan?
anniversary.
Yeah, well, episode 52 is
Burgerversary?
Yeah.
Episode 52 is numerically the 1 year anniversary, but episode 51 would be chronologically the anniversary because we had 1 week we skipped.
So I'll do this thing where you can come down on an anniversary
Sure.
and get a burger $1 off.
Wow.
One for one.
I can approve this surprise
How about that,
promotional
Danny?
material.
$1 for first year anniversary. $2 for 2 year anniversary. Hey.
Yeah.
I like the idea of for the anniversary episode.
Just 21 years and you got a free.
Like, I'm so old. I can't eat a burger
At the
anymore.
rate inflation's going on in this country, what happens quicker? They gets free or is it doubles in price? You know what
It's
I mean?
like, oh, the burger now $42. You
Yeah.
got $20. Oh.
So for the anniversary episode, I had a concept where I want to do kind of like a compilation celebratory episode where I go around and I interview a bunch of our Patreon members and I get them to talk about their favorite part of the podcast or like parts that they remember, and I'll feature them on the episode.
Well, I know you go back to uni soon, Kane. What's the chance of us doing an additional podcast one of the weeks before you go back so that when we hit the time frame 52, we're back at 52?
Okay, we can squeeze an extra one.
Yeah, because then from
we want to be back on sync.
yeah, because then from then
Tight.
onwards, forever, we will be at the week to number ratio.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Good
Which
try.
is it's just a 10-minute in. It's like this is episode 51.
Thank you for being here. Goodbye.
Hello.
We
Think
could
about 1 year
You know
as
what
well.
you should do? We should do the Burger Manda as one of the episodes.
I'll
I'll walk around with a microphone. And
Yeah. I mean, it's going
I'll
to be
interview
messy,
people.
but let's do it.
I can go around walking with a microphone.
I'm not sure if that turns into a good product, like a finished
No, it
product.
doesn't matter. Like, it's like, it's happening.
Yeah, I know it's happening.
And then you get all the broadcasts there, stuff, the members. So it's like, it's just,
We can workshop.
it's just havoc. Yeah.
No, I can do it. So what happened is, as Burgerman is going, I'll have people quickly between games come down, sit down, and I'll give him a quick interview,
Yeah, we should do that.
and I'll clip it all together.
That will be one episode.
Sure.
It'll be fun.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
We can figure it out.
See? Williams' event is not bad, right?
William's coming up with the idea, and I'm doing the work.
That's pretty much everything that happens in this shop.
So the 1 year anniversary from our episode 1 was just after the Lunar New Year as well, and we just had the Lunar New Year again. William, did you have some fun with the family?
It's all right.
Yeah. What'd you get up to?
I think just eating.
Just eating?
One dinner,
You didn't
that's
gain any kilos? No. You're too fit for that. You give your kids like presents?
Presents? What? It's not Christmas, bro.
What? It's Lunar New Year. You're supposed to give like
how do they
Red
celebrate?
packets, that's it.
If
Yeah,
World of
money.
Warcraft has taught me anything, gifts are supposed to be given out on Lunar New Year.
Yeah, we just give
Yeah.
out red packets, that's it. Well, gifts.
Man, I really thought
I feel like William's real stingy. Like, do you, in your red packets you give your kids, is it like an IOU?
No, it's a real
that's
cash.
funny.
We'll put it in the savings.
An advertisement for the platinum tier.
It's a what do you call those cards you buy at Woolworths? A gift card. Inside the red pack is a gift card, and it's just their money, their own money in their own their bank
No,
account.
I'll give them like real money, and then it goes into their savings, straight up.
I think that's what I said.
Yeah, but I really
Even I, as a
keep-
kid, got money that I could go buy Lego with.
Nah, they're not gonna spend those shit. They're gonna use that money to buy like when they graduate uni or something, they can use that money to buy their house.
How old's your oldest daughter, Will?
9.
9. Sorry, and you're 26, Kane?
Yeah, 27.
27. So in 18 years, we'll circle back on this and we'll work out if your daughter was more fiscally responsible at 27 than Kang is at 27.
Almost certainly.
So stay tuned, broadcast listeners. Just 18 more years and you'll have
No,
an answer to this question.
I won't tell them how
Episode
much they have.
800.
I was just like, if they want to buy a property or like
I feel
a
like
home,
them knowing how much is in there is
don't
important.
know.
Saving up for a property
They
at
won't
9 years
know.
old?
Yeah, but why? Like, I feel like them understanding the value of it is part of it, is knowing the number that's there, right?
Nah.
Yeah, surely. Because then
Nuh-uh.
how do you learn the value of a dollar if you don't know what the value of the dollar
No,
is?
I'll teach them later. Like now,
Hey man, I had to clean the house to make my
I
dollars so I
use
can buy Lego.
I don't want to give them a value to things because they'll start to like want to buy rubbish. I use
So you think it'll be the opposite
Meanwhile,
where they
meanwhile,
devalue
they're
the
seeing
dollar?
their dad come home with boxes and boxes of
hey,
cardboard.
I sell them all. Okay, I make money with that.
His Treehead's turned a hobby into like a entrepreneurial
So
system.
I want them to like be like give them a head start when they come up to work, like after the uni. So all this money, you're gonna be using it like if they gonna buy a new house or whatever, I can use this money to like give it to them. So they have a head start.
It's the parental guidance.
Yeah. So they're like 10 to 15% ahead.
Somehow your New Year was more boring than mine.
Because I didn't go back. There's nothing to do here.
My accountant went back. Caused me a real big problem. He wanted all of my stuff. Normally, I start collecting my things at the end of January, but he wanted everything by like the first week of you usually get all my stuff for the previous year or previous quarter at the end of February, but he wanted everything by the second week of January because he was flying back to also Malaysia to have like celebrate the Lunar New Year.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, he's like, can you get it done? I was like, no, that's nowhere near enough time to get any of this organized.
Oh no.
So now we're going to deal with it when he gets back from celebrations, which I think is he's away for another 2 weeks. And it's going to be
The whole ass month, bro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
dramatically affected.
Yes.
But he sounds like he's having a good time.
So yeah, there's nothing to do here. I was like, what else to do here? There's nothing to do here.
You know how you guys talk about World of Warcraft a lot? You guys all experience that old school OG WoW.
Yeah.
There's a thing that I've started following a couple streamers that I like that started playing hardcore classic World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
it's very popular.
I've never been around for that. I wasn't around for any of that old school memories and nostalgia. But me watching these streamers play it, I got a little twinge. I
Yeah.
got a little twinge of like, oh man, I missed out on something really, really cool. Because they're all restarting playing WoW back when it was like, and they're playing hardcore. So there's consequence. You can't die. If you die,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to play with your friends again. They're on hardcore servers. They all come together in this kind of like friendship guild thing as well. And they're doing dungeons for the first time. So I'm watching it from the perspective of a streamer called Tyler One, and he's never played World of Warcraft. This is his brand new experience going in and playing with guild mates and challenging for like to be guild leader and stuff. And there was a moment where like I was like, oh wow, when he went into the dungeon and he saw Onyxia for the first time. And like he saw Onyxia and he was like, oh, that's the raid boss. And it's this huge moment where all their friends come together and fight it. And I'm like, wow, That's really cool. I never got to experience that.
The camaraderie was definitely what made WoW as popular to me as it was. It was the people that was it's kind of like playing in a sports team or having a club like here. It would be the same.
Oh wait, playing like hardcore means you can't die, right?
Yeah, if you die, you're not allowed to play. You go back to a regular save, right? Like your regular servers.
Yeah.
Dude, then how you play raiding and
They just hope
you
and
have
pray.
to play with the consequence.
Yeah.
holy shit!
So that's. I feel like
you can't fail the raid.
So Thousand Needles is a horde zone. So the southern tip of like one of the islands, right? And it's traditionally now in modern WoW, it's all flooded. So it's mostly it's more of like an islands kind of area. But in previously, Thousand Needles referred to the needles as being really tall spires, and it would look like the American like Texas, where it's these massive like stone
Right.
natural like stone spires.
Yeah,
I guess. Anyway, there's some amazing videos of people playing on hardcore there, and they're moving around on top of them, and they're like all these towers that are connected by little mini bridges. And because it is still like a digital game, sometimes they'll jump or they'll move, and they'll just miss the bridge and then fly off the side. So it's really funny. Like it's this massive like hardcore thing where they fight raids and they go duels and they like can die at perishes ways. And then there's just a subset of people that have put 50 hours, 60 hours into a character, and they take accidentally one step off 1,000 needles and then they die by falling.
I like the concept of hardcore a lot because, especially in classic World of Warcraft, it was a considerable effort to get to level 60. To get to that max level was a kind of it was an achievement. You felt satisfaction. You finally unlocked the ability to play raids and stuff. So, and then the hardcore meant that you had to take things seriously. The people that were around like it was almost like a real living world. They had to survive.
The fact that they can get to 60 without just accidentally dying, like accidentally pulling a mob or something that you just kind of wandered slightly too close to and getting just
I've watched some of it, and a lot of it's really, really interesting because when you have your mates together and someone dies, they mourn the passing of a friend, and when someone reaches level 60 and they do something cool, everyone's like it cheers on it because the consequences
Billy
are so much
died.
higher.
He's the one who bought all the Gatorades all the time. Shit.
So yeah, I feel like a little bit of my heart was like, the fear of missing out, the FOMO of me. I was like, I never got to experience that. That's really cool.
So when they're like, because they're the
Did you
streamers,
guys
and
ever
they're
play
doing
hardcore?
Never.
It didn't really exist when we were playing, right?
Nah.
On private servers.
Even Diablo existed. Hardcore.
Yeah, true.
Since D2. Yeah.
On private.
Elon Musk says he's one of the best.
Yeah, it is.
Hardcorers.
It's crazy. He's number one.
That got debunked.
Yeah, but it's not actually.
Not
him.
really?
No, it got debunked.
Oh shit.
He's just got a guy playing for it.
He paid.
Someone was playing as him while he was at the inauguration speech.
Correct. So he kept talking about how he's one of the best Path to Exile 2 players, and he's on the hardcore servers, and he's like
I
one
don't
of the
think
top
he has
ladders.
time.
He definitely does not have time. He's tweeting all the time, doing business things, and then he live streamed himself play, and he just did not know what the hell he was doing. And that's not the type of person that would be number like 3 on the leaderboards.
That's what I do when I'm playing Magic, and I say I know what I'm doing, and then I come here and I don't have to tap land. I'm like, oh.
Yep. Yeah.
We had some fun commandos this afternoon.
That's right.
We collected together as a community to bully Tom into not playing his commander.
We have too many
Let's
Toms.
go.
We're
This is Danny Tom.
We're referring, yeah, Danny Tom, yeah,
Tom the cheetah.
Tom Slow, Tom the cheetah. We've referred to him as many times. Tom really just wanted to hang out with his friends and play some card games and enjoy his very minimal amount of time away from work. And we said, fuck that, Tom. And William just made sure he removed his commander over and over and over again. But to be fair, he was playing the enchantment guy who like swings and gets
Xur?
Yeah, he's playing Xur. So he kind of deserves to get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really cool Post Malone one in a shiny foil sleeve. And
Hell no.
Really?
It's because Xur is Post Malone's favorite commander.
Is he really?
Yeah. Hence the
I guess
collab.
that makes sense why they've done that, yeah. It's also a toxic as fuck commander.
Yeah.
So-
Speaking about Magic and Commander, we've just uploaded our unboxing video for
Oh,
Ep
yeah.
Drift,
I was
the
really
brand new set.
sad. I had to go to work this morning. I really wanted to hang out and watch.
You know what? I actually really liked this
Wait,
episode. We had a
hold
lot
on.
of fun bants.
I'm pretty disappointed with Adadrift because they didn't put in any family.
No, there's
memes.
no Fast and Furious reference.
Yeah, I would assume that it will put some Fast and Furious stuff, right?
When are you going to Japan?
March,
January, February, March. It's soon, right? Early March, late March? Mid-March?
Yeah.
Because like Forrester's very keen to get back on and he wants to do like a lore one. And he said there's quite a bit of story with Aether Drift. So I was considering,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
well, I'm now that I've shaved my head and look like a bald guy, I'm considering doing a Vin Danny as William
Vin
said
Danny,
earlier.
Okay, this is not where I thought it was going.
Yeah, I'm going to dress up as Family Guy.
Yeah, and I'll
not
dress up
Family
as
Guy,
Ludacris.
but Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious, and Matt can tell us stories from Aether Drift.
Cool.
So then we all have to have a character. What are we going to dress up as?
But it's an audio podcast.
Sorry?
It's an audio podcast.
Yeah, I'll just take a photo and then put it over the YouTube thing. We could film it.
Yeah,
We will film it. Even if it's just on a phone, I'll film it.
sure.
Kang, what are you going to dress up as?
Paul Walker, and
Ooh.
I'll just be dead.
Look like a hot chip that's been burnt for Is that too soon? Sorry, guys.
He's been dead for a while. We can make jokes.
Yeah,
about him.
it's
I'll
true.
be DK.
Drift King, Donkey Kong.
I'll be the Texas guy.
This is
It's not today.
This is
so-
horrible for anyone who hasn't watched Fast and Furious. I'm sorry.
This is so off base, but so at year 12, right? We had the school ball. You remember the school ball?
Okay.
I convinced my
I don't know
parents-
where this is going, but now I'm curious.
Well, we're going to get there. So I convinced my parents to have the after ball for the school, right? I went to Mindari.
Whoa.
We had 400 kids per class, so 800 kids in the school. I convinced my parents there was going to be 3 to 5 limousines worth of kids come back to the house for this after ball.
Oh no.
It wasn't. It was like a Project X style
Yeah.
party at the end of it. There was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children trying to get in the house. Like even my friend Jordan, who we
What
speak
about out of control then?
it did a little bit get out of control. At the so I knew that it was going to get a little ruckus. So I went and got
A little, 400, a little. Yay.
So I got some older friends. We were, it's end of high school, so 16, 17. I got some older friends who were in their early 20s to come be the bodyguards. And there was roughly about 20 of them. I did pay them in beer, which again, as an adult, not a great plan because they're going to drink it while they're there. As a child, that made the most sense. I was like, I'll pay you guys beer. You guys come out, be my bodyguards because I think the party might go a little ruckus. Like it was already before the ball was starting. There was a lot of communication, a lot of kids from other schools hearing about it. It was turning into quite a big thing. Anyway, on the day, it was a massive party, like enormous. All the people who were supposed to be inside, there was like maybe 100 or so people, 200 people in the backyard of this medium-sized yard house, right? But my security guards were at the front doing their security guard things, and there was hundreds and hundreds of kids. The cops got called. There was police, like horses, like pushing people down the street and shit. It was a whole thing. Nothing got damaged, and everyone was like fairly respectful for the most part. But before the cops rocked up, these large Islander Maori fellas came along, and they were like quite large and intimidating. And there was a bit of a verbal discussion between a friend of mine named Chris, one of the older guys. He was quite big. And this guy here. And the guy standing there is like, don't you know who I am? I'm DK. And there was quite a big, there's a big guy like who's well known, well known in the community to be like quite rough. His name was DK. And from out of nowhere, I saw my mate Chris on the side. He's quite drunk now from being a security guard all night and drinking his beers. He goes, what does that stand for? Dick King? And like as a collection of like 100 teenage kids, just everyone
Start
laughs.
giggling. Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
laughs at this guy who's like 21, 22 trying to get into this party. And I was like, you've never seen a man who's so large shrink so quickly.
His ego was shattered.
And like for years and years and years until like my
He can't be called DK no more.
yeah, we were like until our early 20s, and we were like, "What's that stand for?" Dick King. Like it was just like this sentence that got recirculated.
Yeah.
It was very funny, but no one was more scary at that party than my mum. My mum was like the ultimate security guard. Like she kicked out like a bunch of my friends. Like Jordan wasn't allowed in the house. My mum said no. Some people that were like definitely invited to the party.
He was just straight up
said
banned beforehand.
Yeah, and once the cops had cleared off most of the people, she came out and she did the ultimate number one error at a party. Right? She got all of my jumpers, all of my like band jumpers, like jumpers that I like, and she handed them out to the girls at the party that looked cold.
Aw.
You know how many jumpers I had at the end
Never
of
a
that?
back.
Yeah. I lost so many jumpers that night, William. It was a real disappointment.
Well, a lot of people are happy.
Yeah. That's actually how I met the mother of my child that night. I walked past her and she was sitting on the floor talking to two of my friends, and she had my 36 Crazy Fish grey jumper over her knees. And I walked past and I was like, "You're stretching my jumper." And that was the first thing I ever said to Kelly.
Oh, nice.
I can't believe you starred in like a 2014 drama.
And then the next day, I just added every single girl that came to the party on MySpace.
Oh, the excuse was I want my jumpers back. But
Pretty good. Not
Mom was
bad.
the ultimate wingman, dude.
Not bad. Not bad.
Maybe I can blame her for all the incidents after that.
Instant.
Inside each of the jumpers has your name and number.
A little like a tracking tag.
Exactly, dude. Back
Anyway.
on the drift.
DK.
DK.
Yeah, DK.
Yeah. I actually like the set a lot. I think the art. Thematically, this set did not interest me. I was kind of shrugged, whatever, a multiverse, wacky racist style thing. Sure, whatever. But cracking the collector booster box on video and seeing the cards in person, the art and vibrancy, super, super bright.
Yeah, the art and color
striking
direction is very, very cool.
And it was cool to just see a lot of returning characters kind of doing things.
It reminds me of Hot Wheels a lot.
Yeah,
Like it's
sure.
very Hot Wheelsy. Think about like the shark
I
guy.
want Fast and Furious.
I know you wanted that, William, but you didn't get it.
Yeah.
I want.
You can't have real cars.
No, I know. What about the Commander decks? Like,
Yeah,
make
but
it like
what are they going to have?
thematic,
Vin
right?
Diesel in Magic?
Nah, like just make a bald guy. Like
Just want a bold guy.
make him a planeswalker. Or
They
whatever.
could absolutely do a
reference?
a Universes Beyond.
Yeah, we can do a secret line.
There's literally vehicles in Magic Gathering, so they could do like what's Vin Diesel's car? What is it?
There is
muscle
Transformers,
car.
so we're getting closer.
Ooh, it is closer. Yeah.
It's a Dodge Challenger.
What if they did Too Fast and Furious Transformers crossover where all the Too Fast and Furious cars also had were characters? The family got bigger.
That's so weird.
You go other way around. Chandra shows up in Fast
I
and
am
Furious.
Optimus Prime. Family.
You guys got any favorite cards in the set?
Yeah, you had to go through the start, just pick a couple.
I got 2 cards ready.
All right, William, you go ahead first.
It's both artifacts.
Okay, number 1.
Aetherspark. It's format artifact deck.
Yeah, so that's the brand new Planeswalker we've seen. The Aetherspark is an artifact Planeswalker. It's brand new, has a bunch of card draw effects. And it's the whole point of it is that it equips itself onto a creature so it can be protected.
All right. The second one is an artifact that's 3 CMC. I don't know the name, but whenever you discard a card, you get to choose something. Once each turn. I can't remember. I remember that if you discard a card, you get to deal. Each opponent loses 3 life, and the
Or
other,
you can draw a card and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. It plays super hard into all the cycling that appears in the set.
That's right.
As well as
then in your cycling deck.
all the zombies that care about
Yeah, there's
discarding.
actually some cool cycling stuff in there now, which I like.
Because of the spread of planes they visit, you can see a lot of returning interesting features. Like we have zombies in the same set as artifacts, in the same set as dinosaurs, in the same set as cycling and all sorts of weird mounts and yada yada. Just it's kind of it feels like this is the first time we've seen a Magic set where they kind of just went boom, bang, bang, shove it all in one go.
Yeah. I think having a more broad story thing
Yeah.
that they're going with allows them to try a bunch of different stuff and maybe shoehorn some things in there that would be hard to do otherwise, I guess.
Yeah.
So actually very cool.
We had Matt on for the unboxing of the Innistrad Remastered, and he was a super insightful lore piece, and he was really good at giving us a lot of knowledge. He wasn't there for the Aetherspark unboxing.
Aether-Drift.
Aether-Drift unboxing, and I feel like he could have also had some important insight.
We
into the
mentioned
story.
tonight at Commander, because we're obviously recording this after Commander night, that there is actually quite a bit of story and lore going on.
Yeah,
in
this is kind of like
which
it all
I
come
don't
together.
Understand how that's there, but
all
pretty cool to know that it is.
I know it's all around the Omen Paths, which are these. It used to be that only planeswalkers can go between planes, but now these Omen Paths have opened up past Phyrexian, that war thing going on, where now regular people can travel through the planes, like these giant
So
pathways.
it's like the Elon Musk underground tunnels in LA.
Yeah. And now you also have this character of Loot, who is the only character who knows of all the planes in existence. So he's able to map.
What if one day?
These paths exist, the universe is connected, and he can map.
What
the
if you
universe.
eat loot?
Everything's trying to eat Loot right now. He's tiny and
Oh,
cute.
right, okay.
I'd like a plushy Loot where he's got a zipper on the back and you can turn him inside out and he turns into a map.
Well, that's what they're trying to do to him. Canonically,
Is it really?
I don't know. He has the map in his brain, I guess.
So he's like what's it called? He's like the spice.
Just
Sure,
Dune
he's
Spice?
like the Dune Spice.
Yes.
What if it turns out these more like the poplars from Futurama, where there's lots of them and they eat them do you remember the poplars?
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
look
yeah,
like chicken
poplars,
nuggets
yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spice. Loot is
just,
spice.
They're hard pushing Loot as this new collectible, fun, cutesy character. We're gonna have
I get it.
fluffy deck boxes with the Loot.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. They look like little Ewoks or whatever.
Like Pikachu.
That's coming out.
Pikachu's not fluffy.
He should be. He's supposed to be. Yeah?
No?
I don't know.
No, Pikachu has the deck box. It's fluffy.
But if a Pikachu wouldn't be fluffy, right? If a
think he's
Pikachu was a
supposed
real
to be.
animal, he'd look like a mouse, which is
Yeah,
like
but
which has
it's
fur.
hairy. Like, have you not watched the one that Ryan Reynolds did?
no.
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
yeah, it's
Detective
fluffy.
Pikachu one.
Isn't that aren't they hedgehogs?
No, Detective Pikachu is fluffy.
Ryan Reynolds was in Detective Pikachu,
Yeah, it's
He
Pikachu.
was.
and he was
They had-
fluffy.
Yeah, they had real life.
You guys have seen a mouse before, though, right?
Yeah, well, they're not.
This is
They're not
Pokemon.
fluffy, but they have fur.
Not mouse.
Yeah, but
Pokemon.
Pikachu's a mouse, right?
It's a Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh, have you seen that? There's that video of the old guy who like obviously has no idea what Pokemon are, and the girl's just getting him to just to name the Pokemon based on what they look like. And the best one was Bulbasaur, and he's like, garlic dinosaur.
It's true. He's right. He's correct.
Not wrong, not wrong.
His assessments of what they look like are actually very funny.
Yeah, true. Not bad.
All right,
not bad.
favorite cards, Danny.
So I want to do a special mention first. I'm going to go for Boob Frog Land. The
nice.
Boob Frog, very funny. Why does the frog have boobs? Who knows? Why? Like
What?
Why does the frog have boobs?
It's from the plane of Armiket, where the gods basically all died except for like one of them. And
someone-
now there's new gods in the plane.
Someone looked at the card at the frog being there as a god and was like, you know what this needs? Tits. And they added it.
No,
Gave
I get
to
it.
him. But
Because it's Egyptian themed, right? And she's supposed to be like the goddess of bounty and fertility and like growth. So imagine if you look at old history
True.
texts of all the gods depictions, usually the fertility goddess had like
I guess
big
they are
ol'
just
hunkers.
animal heads, like traditional Egyptian gods are just animal heads on human bodies. So yeah, okay. It makes more sense when you put it like that. Put some logic into it. I get that.
But frog titties is funny.
Frog titties is very funny. So I've got my two favorite cards. First, I'm going to go with Salvation Engine, mainly because the alternate art on it is one of the coolest like color schemed arts I've ever seen. Its main thing is it's like an artifact vehicle, and when it attacks, you can return an artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's
pretty good.
Super good for one of my favorite commander decks, which is Ramos, which is all artifact creatures. It gives all your artifact creatures +2/+2, and that deck makes a lot of tokens as well. So like think of like your Thopters getting 2/2. Very fucking cool. My second pick is Captain Howler Sea Scourge.
Oh, is that is it the pirate guy?
It's the pirate shark.
Yeah.
He's like, he looks like the Rock Johnson, but a shark. So he's jacked out of his mind. Boys punching Trenable like he's going out of fashion.
He has no neck.
Yeah, no neck shark,
Absolutely
bro.
no neck.
Covered in like islander tattoos. He's holding like some sort of like fire shark cannon laser thing, and there's a shark themed like ship in the background. He's also he does stuff with cycling, which is amazing because he's blue-red. So he goes into my my dinosaur quest cycle deck, which again is like top 4 or 5 of my decks is my cycle deck, and this awesome shark dude can go straight into it, and I'm very very keen. So like some insta includes into 2 of my favorite decks that I play. So very excited actually.
Yeah. Good
And
shout.
Also, like it's a fucking jack.
It's the thing that I noticed in
Sick.
in Aid the Drift, where like you just have these new kind of fun characters, and it was a thing that I was noticing when I was unboxing the set, where you have these characters, and then you'd also be able to pull the vehicle they drive, and you can make the connection like, oh, this is the car that this character drives. It's cool.
What I want you to do, boys? Send me your 2 cards before we leave tonight, and in the Patreon chat, I'm gonna put up all the 6 cards, and I'll have all the patrons try and guess whose 2 cards are, and we'll like just as a fun game. We can, based on our picks, we can see who like how well the patrons know us, and then by the time it comes out on the weekend, we can like I don't know, pick a winner.
That's
or
fun.
something.
I like that a lot. All right, so I'm going to go into my picks. But first things first, I want to make a quick shout as well, similar way you did it as well, Danny. There's a new card that really caught my eye, and we kind of paused on it as well in the in the unboxing. It's called Repurposing Bay. It's a 3-mana artifact that has 2 mana, sacrifice, 2 mana tap, sacrifice an artifact, and go for an artifact in your library with +1 CMC. So it's Birthing Pod. You're going up a chain. You sacrifice a 1 CMC artifact, you get a 2 CMC artifact. You sacrifice the 2, you get a 3, then eventually you get a 4 and a 5, and you go up the chain. You keep going, keep going, keep going.
That's some power, right?
Notably, this is an artifact, and there's a lot of ways to untap artifacts.
Ooh, you might be able to just like zone it out in one go.
Just because the inherent way that
What was
Birthing
this
Pod-
one called?
It's called Repurposing Bay.
Repurposing Bay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I believe it's featured in one of the commander decks, maybe. But the reason why original Birthing Pod, which is where this card gains its inspiration from, Birthing Pod is a card that sacrifices a creature, and you go for a creature with 1 CMC up. The way they used to exploit Birthing Pod was you'd get creatures that would untap your artifact. But this is an artifact that finds other artifacts, and artifacts oftentimes use so many artifacts to untap your artifacts.
Yeah.
Bro. Manifold key comes in, untaps your artifact.
Unwinding clock, just untap 2 artifacts, do it again.
Keep going, and then you go up the chain. Eventually, you find something giant and scary because it's artifacts. Come on, man.
There's a
Lifesteal Colossus.
there's some sort of like clock thing as well. When you untap it in the beginning of everybody's upkeep, by the time it gets back to you, you could have the thing you want on the field.
Yeah. All right, now going into my actual picks. So the first things first, the one that I've been kind of raving about for a hot minute now is the Speed Demon. I saw the Speed Demon.
The Speed
Demon. I saw this card and I had a giggle to myself because it kind of just personifies what the set is about. It's just about go fast, go hard, and like try not to die. And the art for it is all really cool. There has one of the like kind of the Annie Griffith super stylized art. It's called the Rude Riders, and it comes in golden foil.
Rude Riders.
They're called Rude Riders. Yeah, that's the official naming scheme for it. I don't know how to describe this art style. It's like the type of style of like art where you'll see on like graffiti, like some dude's like back as a tattoo. It's a card that says start your engines, and then you draw a card and lose life equal to whatever your speed is. The idea is that you reach a point where you're drawing 4 cards and losing 4 life a turn. And that sounds exhilarating.
Damn.
Risky business because losing 4 life a turn. It's not a mate. You have to lose 4 life a turn. The idea here is that you just have to go hard and go fast and try to like end the game before you die. I like that risk reward of you have a timer in the game, because what the Speed Demon really is it takes away a lot of the frustrations I have with Commander. It's mono black, so I don't have to worry about messing around with all the silly colors and whatever. It puts a timer on myself, so I cannot physically be in this game for more than an hour.
And
then I hate running out of cards.
Well, if the other people you're playing with are slow enough, it still takes an hour to get back to your turn.
Yeah. Well, I try my hardest to kill myself, right? And then it draws me cards, and I hate top decking in Commander. I love having card draw in Commander, and it hits all those criteria. Plus, it has really cool art, has a fun theme of it, and when I die to it, I can be like speed kills.
It's funny because a max speed thing seemed a bit funky.
Wait.
But
Is that a card that can increase your speed? Like
there are a
without
lot of cards.
I assume that's part of the theme.
There's one card that enters the battlefield, introduces speed, and then immediately deals 1 damage to your opponent. So technically, it puts you to 2 speed the turn it comes out.
So can you? It was only once per turn, right?
Yes, once per turn.
So it's like a mono red burn will be like pretty good.
I think the theory is most of the time it should take 3 turns to get you max speed.
No, 1, 2, 3. It's like your turn, your opponent's turn, come back to you.
It can only go up on your turn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
But in the Speed Demon, it's not end of the world, because drawing 1 card at any of your turn is still good. Drawing 2 cards is great. Drawing 3 cards is insane. Drawing 4 cards is we're on, baby.
Do you feel this is a commander focused thing or a standard focused thing?
This is very much a commander card, I think.
Okay.
There is a lot of great standard focused speed mechanics though, and I actually like speed as mechanic because what it does is it's a way for you to get to an extra bonus by doing more of what the game wants you to do, which is hit your opponent.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's incentivizing combat or damage.
Correct. And then for my next card, that's my favorite. It was honestly, there's so many good standouts. I'm gonna give one more shout out before I pick my final card as well. It's called The Last Ride.
Oh, that's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, and it's also once again got cool cards, cool art. So in the Aether Drift, there are different crews of like riders and drivers. Whichever crew this is, where they have all the metal themed cars with like the fuel rods and the Mad Max style engines. I love it. So the Last Rider is a 1 mana 13/13 that has the downside of it gets -X equal to your life total. It's Death Shadow.
Oh, Death Shadow, yeah.
hey.
But it also has, it's a vehicle, so it's crew 2, and it also has 3 life, 3 mana, pay 2 life, draw a card. It once again
so it
leans
can
into
build
that,
itself back up again.
Yeah, once again leans into that risk reward of you plan on that life total as a resource. You get down as low as you can, so you can hit really hard with your last ride.
Yeah,
I love that thematic of it's your last ride. You got
Running
one chance,
that line. That
Have
very
you guys
thin line.
watched Death Race?
Yes.
There's a few.
With
And then
Jason Statham, right?
Is that the one with the Rock?
Yes.
Never mind.
And he's acting as Frankenstein.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've definitely watched it, but I don't remember much about it.
And then there's a driver called 13K. Have you not watched it? Come on.
I feel like well, you know what we should do? We should do a Patreon watch along of
Dude, I already suggested a long time ago. It's a platinum thing.
What?
No, that was my idea.
No.
Yeah.
Watch along. It's like, I say you come back on the roast duck and watch a movie.
I'm
$200.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Platinum.
I've never heard
Sign
that.
up now. $200. We watch Death Race together, and I'll buy the roast duck with the Patreon money.
I'll do the same thing, but it will cost you $2 instead of $100.
Come on, Eddie.
Yeah, we'll put Death Race on during the Burger Commander event.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
undercut William over here. It's business, mate. It's all business. Sorry, man.
I'm supporting the cars.
On draft on Saturday nights, I've been putting on really unhinged like movies to play.
Yeah.
And the last one we watched was Bird Apocalypse or something. Do you know? Have you seen
I
it?
know
before?
the one. I've
Yeah.
seen this one. I've
you
seen
should
this
watch
one.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
That one. Yeah,
That sounds like it works.
the Bird Apocalypse one has
Yeah.
terrible CG.
It's like
Attack
it's live
of the
action
Killer
people fighting
Tomatoes.
like digital, like square digital looking birds.
Kang,
It's very
have you
funny.
watched Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No, I don't think anyone has.
No, have you not watched it?
I've never heard of it. No.
This is a
Oh,
real movie?
really? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
If you sing the theme, is it supposed to jog our memories?
Oh my god, it's not a joke. It's real. Danny,
He said jog. He said jog your memory.
no. Google it right now. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
While you do that as well, shout out to the Gear Hulks and Either Drift. Also very cool cards. I love them.
Check it out. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I see it. Yeah.
And then there's a team song too.
Is it a movie?
Yeah. It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
All right. Well, Nick on draft on Saturday. If anyone's that's what we're going to be playing. I'll find it.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
cool.
The graphics around it are quite good.
It's
Not
so
this,
cool.
bro. It's a movie, not animation.
I like that.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. I want to
like-
watch the one that Danny suggested.
It's like a violent version of something in the Giant Peach. George and the Giant Peach.
George and the Giant Peach.
Is it George?
Is it?
Yeah,
George
but
and the
it's that's
Beanstalk?
the
Jamal?
that's the
Jamal?
art.
Jamal.
But the movie is not that. It's shit.
So what were your two picks for?
I already put it into you. I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so efficient, William.
This doesn't help our listeners at all.
Yeah, but you're not supposed. I already said it.
if you knew absolutely.
Okay,
what
Monument to Endurance is the first one.
Oh, of your pick, yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card. Create a treasure token. Oh fuck, that's hell good.
Yeah, it is really
Yeah.
good.
It's not.
Yeah, it does all the effects. Okay, so if you knew what William was talking about, what movie William was talking about, put it in the comment section. I want to see how many people actually knew what the fuck William was talking about.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Man, this thing just each opponent loses through life.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
fucking good.
Yeah.
So you
And
just cycle,
deck.
die,
But also
die.
I was really excited for the shark, but that's way
No.
better.
That artifact that William mentioned, it plays into all the cycling theme, but also it plays super hard into the zombie decks. There's a lot of the zombie decks when I care about discarding.
Oh
zombies.
yeah, of course.
What about you, Wheel of Fortune? Dick's got 7 cards.
Oh, it's one or more.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one or more. So it only happens once per instance.
damn it. Cycling then.
Otherwise, it's 2 OP.
No, whenever you discard a card, choose one that
Wait,
hasn't
what
been
is
chosen.
it? Just
Yeah.
when?
Yeah,
You
but
can't.
Oh my
but
God.
it maxes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
3
Wheel of
options,
Fortune.
Oh, yeah.
Still,
yeah.
you still get 3, but three for whatever matters. Great.
All right, so my final pick. So I had Speed Demon as my number one pick. My second pick. I gotta give a
right.
big shout out to. I like fun design spaces. My big
I thought you
shout out.
said your second pick is last ride.
No, that was an honorable mention.
Oh.
I kind of cheated. Honorable mention. So first one was the Speed Demon. Cool card, fun concept, commander. My second pick is going to be I love fun design concepts, and this is Wizard of the Coast trying something different. It's the new Chandra. Chandra Spark Hunter. She's a 4-mana planeswalker, and they made Chandra care about vehicles. She's always been kind of a weird draw card, deal damage planeswalker, where she's either terrible or she's really good. Like there's no in between for a design.
Yeah, there is
spaces.
some real rough ones
There's
that
some
don't do much.
stinker Chandras. If you want to see how bad Chandra can be, the original Chandra Nalar from Lorwyn, terrible card.
None of those are really standout cards, though, right?
Liliana Vest and Jace Beleren are good.
Oh, are they original ones?
Yeah, they're OG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
okay, I was
yeah.
wrong then. Yeah.
The Chandra Spark Hunter has this whole concept of I guess it makes sense because Chandra has always this kind of weird sub theme almost about artifacts. I guess you come from like a plane with a lot of artifacts. She has beginning of your turn, one of your vehicles becomes alive. So she auto cruise one of your vehicles. Cool. Uptick 2, you may sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. You do draw a card. Fine. 0 mana, you make a 3/2 vehicle token with crew 1. The idea is that she makes her motorcycle. The little motorcycle she rides around the set. -7, you get an emblem of whenever you play an artifact, you deal 3 damage to any target. Still within that Chandra design space, but she's more vehicle focused. I like it. I want to see where this goes.
Not bad.
This is Wizard of the Coast being like, we can take an existing fun favorite character and change what they do rather than stick to the same thing over and over and over again. Plus, it's kind of cool. She's the main character of the set. So I got to give a shout out to her.
Not bad. Not bad.
All in all,
I'm impressed.
all in all, I went into Ada Drift
I
being
feel like
very
Ada
mediocre
Drift
to
is
actually
better
quite
than
excited.
Innistrad Remastered. I feel.
I think I'm more excited for Ada Drift because Innistrad Remastered is all cards we've seen before already. It's like if you haven't, if you weren't around for Innistrad Remastered is awesome because this is you getting in and joining us. But Ada Drift is fresh for everyone.
I do feel like it's been very popular though. The Innistrad.
Has been.
And like the theme is very cool. Like I don't know, it's done. We've sold.
There's so many
Quite a
Edgar
lot here.
Markov in the market now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Everybody's gonna play Edgar Markov now.
Nah, because you know what's funny with Edgar Markov is the rest of the deck is still price restrictive. People look at Edgar Markov himself as expensive, but all the other vampire pieces are expensive.
He also has like a salt like level attached to him where people don't want to necessarily see him across the field either.
And then Greater Hoof is back too.
Yeah, I've seen more credit hoofs in the last like month than I've seen in a long time. But some real cool cards, like really cool cards.
Lucky Grizzlebrand can't come back.
Is Grizzlebrand still being played in Highlander?
Yes, Reanimator.
Yeah, in Reanimator, but nowadays there's better Reanimate targets. So nowadays everyone gets a Traxxer instead of Grizzlebrand.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
But anyway, the Commander thing is fun. With Burgerman has really kind of motivated me to kind of build a deck again and sit down and play Commander. The new Speed Demon has really kind of given me a little urge to kind of try something different as well. I think the way you break Speed Demon is by playing cards that negate the life loss. Because if you play cards like Sheldred the Apocalypse, it's every card you draw, you gain 2 life. So you completely negate the life loss. In fact, you're gaining life now. But I don't want to really play that. I like the idea of...
you're delving pretty quickly into like the most toxicity thing.
I want to go in and sit down at a table and be like, listen, I want to draw a lot of cards. Don't kill my commander because I would likely kill myself.
The good part is now you almost have a playset of Death Shadow for a singleton format.
Yeah.
So you have this. You have the one from Capenna. You
Oh,
have Death Shadow.
Yeah. Like
So that's
Nighthawk
3 now.
Scavenger
So you
and
need
stuff.
1 more. You can play a playset now.
You play a bunch. There's a bunch of cards now that care about you being low on life.
Is that always the best strategy to be going for though?
Death Shadow is kind of a weird one. It was really good in its prime. Nowadays, it's kind of bad.
It's not too bad if you play like Snuff Out and stuff. So you control.
Yeah.
And also you kind of like hit him with a gigantic
Yeah.
creature.
I feel like you just can get blowing out of the
Fatal
water a
push.
little bit quicker than you could before. You know what I mean?
Nowadays, there's a lot more
fatal
ways
push.
to kind of just kill
That's
you.
gross. You gonk yourself and then
You
get
die
fatal
to
pushed.
what's that card name? Mental Misstep.
What's up?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's why Mental Misstep is banned in Legacy because
It's banned in every format that's allowed in, except 7 point.
because it's too OP.
When are you going to join us again for 7 point?
Soon.
I guess
soon.
while on the episode as well, I want to quickly shout out, while everyone was having all their fun within One Piece Nationals, Lorcana Nationals, we had all the kind of crazy jazz going on. In Canberra, humble old Canberra, we had our 7 point Highlander Nationals.
Yeah,
We had our
yeah.
finals. We had over 150 people show up, and it was really, really cool. I didn't watch it live, but I did follow through, and it's cool to see where we finally come to of having our own championship thing to look at and crown a winner in Australia. And the deck that won was Grixis. So it was red, black, green. Red, black, white. Sorry, red, black, blue.
So
Jesus Christ.
I heard some news that this may be the last CanCon.
Really?
Maybe.
Controversial.
Interesting.
Controversial.
Why? Just finance thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big part of the CanCon was all the smaller indie games being popular.
It's hard to run something like that and like
Most
You
of
have no
these events
support.
don't turn money around, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the issue, right? With all of these events.
Traditionally, even the big ones in America, the first 3 or 4 wouldn't make any money at all. And then after you've run the first 3 or 4, theoretically, you have a lot of the like the physical things you need, like tables and chairs and like equipment, all that kind of stuff, sound equipment. And then after that, you can start looking at making some money, but it's still not good money.
I feel like you need to combine with a lot of other games.
Yeah,
to make it work.
Now, like the rental for the hall and the insurance you'd need, I assume that's got to be exuberant.
Yeah.
But
Too much.
Even when I used to run the community club, I used to have to put $1,000 bond down if I wanted to do something there on the weekend, right? And then you'd receive your bond back 2 to 3 business weeks after the bond because they will go there and check it. So if we wanted to run something every Saturday, which was the original plan, I'd have to outlay $1,000 each weekend and wouldn't receive it for 2 to 3 weeks later. So you would be like $3 or $4 grand down
yeah.
because it's constantly $1,000 in lieu. And it's like, That's like, especially when I was like 18, 19, that's a lot of money.
Oh no, why don't they just they can't stack it, right?
Yeah, and this is just a like a little local community thing. So now you multiply that for having a giant like convention center hall out. Imagine the exuberant cost for that. You know what I mean? But then you could go there and have then you have one piece play at Marvel though. So it's like, I guess it's just about how much.
No,
how many people?
The difference is they don't charge $60 for entry for CanCon, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like $60.
We had quite a few guys fly over to CanCon for different stuff. Like Coleman, I think Alex went over for Bolt Action. Some of the boys went for 40K. Like there's no, I guess no 40. It wasn't 40K, was it? But there was Bolt Action and some of the Star Wars games, and yeah, it was pretty.
I think it's really important to understand that running these big events is really hard, and as a player, it's easy for us not to kind of appreciate the work that goes into it.
That's right.
Yeah, as a player, really be thankful that the hobby you enjoy have people that are dedicated enough to run these massive events. Because even the One Piece tournament here, the Nationals we had, it wasn't run by Bandai. It was run by TAC Games.
Yeah.
It was independent people doing their own thing.
Interesting.
So, and if it takes
they get a big money
people,
too, but
of course, but it takes passionate people to take a lot of time out of their effort, out of their day, and make the effort to run these things and have us here to enjoy ourselves. 7 Point Highlander wouldn't be the state that it is now if it wasn't for dedicated members in the community making it possible.
yeah, true.
And with that positive send off, we're at hour 15 minutes. Any last words, guys?
No.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
See you guys.